my yogis, my homies and my Facebook friends. My name is Marion, if you haven't met before. It seems like the home stretch to the end of lockdown, which is pretty exciting. So it's 3 more weeks of doing this on the screen. So 45 minutes to breathe, to move, and what can I tell you about this practice? In general, I suppose this yoga practice, it has the power to influence our energy levels. So the yogis, they figured it all out for us. They have a pramana practice, which is basically this up and out energy which revitalizes us. So it's every time we reach our arms over our head, we have a pramana practice. So we increase our energy levels. Then we have a second component to this practice, which is called the Longan Practice. And this is more, you can think about it more as a sedative practice. So it goes all down and out of our feet. And this will leave you grounded in your body and earth. The third component is the Samana practice, and that is associated to the midsection of our body. And you can think about this as twisting around, so you leave centered when you finish this yoga practice. So we work with all parts of the body. We work with the top, the pramana practice. We work with our feet, the Longana practice, and we work with our midsection. Another component of this yoga practice is it teaches us how to use our, energy deposits in a conscious way. For example, who we surround ourselves with. And you can leave this yoga practice depleted, or you can leave this yoga practice energized and revitalized. Same when we communicate to different people, it can have the same effect. So yogis are conscious how they use their 5 senses. And the 5 senses are our eyes, what we look at, and that's the drishti in our yoga practice. So when the teacher cues focusing your eyes, steady your eyes, it simply means to consciously choose what you're looking at to protect your energy levels. And then of course we have the other senses. We have the smell, the taste, the hearing, and our skin, the touch, and what we allow in. So saying that, yoga, it teaches us to immerse ourselves fully in the breath, into the body, and into the sensations we create through the yoga postures. And by doing that, we shut out all the external noise and we come to our inner world, our own interior, to create calmness and stillness. And from that place, we can make empowered choices and we can consciously choose how we spend our energy deposit. So literally yoga, it's a big shift and transformation, moving around of energy in a way that is skillful. Let's jump into it. We come into a seat. Let's come into Sukhasana. Sukha means sweet. So we come into a sweet seat, which sounds nice to begin with. Good, let's find your seat, and let me be a little bit more specific about your seat. So if you could walk your right foot a little bit further over to the left, so you line up your right heel with your left knee, your left foot a little bit further over to the right, so you line up your left heel with your right knee. And then place your hands to the soles of your feet, either side, right and left. And ideally, you do not only want to touch the soles of the feet, but also your outer knees. So your knees are relatively in line with your hips. Okay. And this will give you the benefit of more stretchiness in your outer hips. And then go ahead and walk your siblets out and back. And then close your eyes if you can. Settle your hands on your knees. Or have a soft eye gaze over the tip of your nose. So right here, right now, I invite you to arrive exactly how you are and where you are. Allow the breath to flow in through your nose into your interior. Open the mouth and ventilate your interior. One more time like that. Take a breath in up your spine. Open your lips and let it out. And then take about 3 to 5 rounds of your own breath. Feel the grounding energy, your hips touching down into the mat. Feel the uplift through your spine to the top of the head. Let this be simple. Let's take one more breath in here. A smooth breath out through your nose. And let's take your right hand over to the right. Let's take a side body stretch. Lift your left arm high, breathe in, and then take it over to the right side. So we are in a side body stretch. Now, rather than trying to come deeper down into your stretch by lifting your left hip off the ground, I encourage you to keep your left hip grounded and then engage your top arm a little bit more. So you spark your left fingertips over to the right and try to straighten your top arm. And this will give you in itself a deeper stretch. Rotate your chest up to the ceiling. Pay attention to your right shoulder. Can you clip it back so your shoulder blades squeeze together? Take a breath in and empty. Let's rise back up. Take a straight spine as you breathe in. An engagement of your navel to spine as you empty. Let's twist over to the right. Place your left hand on top of your right knee, right hand back behind. Take a lengthening breath in. Rotate over your right shoulder. Close your eyes if you can. Free of your own breaths. Good. One more in. Completely empty. Let's rotate back to the front. Find your straight spine and then tip from your hips forwards. Reach your fingertips forwards. And then come only 60% into the stretch. So it's not quite a cranking into the shape, but you allow yourself to be here at ease so you can breathe. And then here, try pressing your fingertips down to the mat a little bit more muscly. And then reach and try to bring your fingertips back to you, but without moving your hands. And that probably will shift your heart further forwards towards your hands, and you are more neutral and more aligned in your spine. So that's for safety. And let's take a breath in and then come to your edge, maybe come a little lower into the shape. You have 3 rounds of breath. Feel the sweetness of the breath. The expansion it creates, the space, the redirection of energy from the outside in to create peace and harmony. Let's reach the fingertips back up. Simply swap your legs, left shin bone in front of the right. Create this alignment with your heels to your knees, and then take a breath in for length in your spine. Take your side body stretch over to the left. Left arm goes out, right arm up and over your head. You have a couple of breaths here. Again, rather than lifting your right hip off the ground, try to ground it and energize the right fingertips a little more. You have 3 more rounds. Eyes are steady, breath is steady. Clip left shoulder back in space. Your next breath in will lift you back up. Take a breath in and then twist and rotate over to the left. Gently gentle gaze over your left shoulder. 2 more rounds. 1 more. Turn yourself back to the front and then hinge from the hips forward 60%. Try the little gripping of your fingertips down to the mat. And then try sliding the fingertips back to you without moving your hands. Your chest will shift forwards towards your fingertips more, so you will find more straightness in your upper back rather than a rounding. Good, and then come to your edge. For 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful yogis, let's reach the fingertips back and then come into your all four, onto your hands and knees. Quite a familiar shape here. And I encourage you to take up space with your fingers, so you spread your fingers wide on the mat, so there's space between each finger. Now ground your palms down so you have a firm grip. Now find this gripping of the fingertips down even here, so you protect your wrists, so there's less load in your wrists. Let's take a couple of intuitive movements that might look like cat and cow. Eyes might be shut, so you can truly and purely immerse yourself in the breath flow, the quality of your breath, the quality of your mind, how it feels to be in your body today. Okay, just loosening up through the spine. Take any dancing cats, disco cats, whatever you need. And then find a neutral spine here, your eyes to settle at the top of the mat, grip your palms down and then reach your right arm forwards, so just your right hand forwards. Notice if you're collapsing through the body in your lower spine. Lift your lower belly up and press your left palm down firm, so you're protecting your left shoulder joint and you strengthen it. Take a breath in. And then turn your right palm outwards, so your thumb is pointing down for internal rotation. Now reach your right arm to the back, look back if you can, and then reach your heart up to the ceiling, so you're leaning back in space, so you are in a twist. Now try to place the back of your right hand to your right lower back, maybe the middle back, and some you might find the availability to place the other hand to your left lower back. Now roll the right shoulder back in space, take a breath in, don't forget about your left hand, so easy to do. Breathe out, reach your right arm back to the front as you breathe in, and then lower the right hand down. Simple as that. The left arm, reach it forwards. Notice if you're collapsing somewhere in the body, can you wake up your whole body by pressing the left hand, grip the fingertips, lift the lower belly, turn the left palm out, and then reach your left arm to the back. On a breath in, you are already in a twist, so feel free to stay. Midsection is on for safety. Maybe place the right back of your hand somewhere on your lower back, wherever it feels right for you. Now take a breath in, lean back, stay for the breath out. Reach your left arm back to the front on the in, place the left hand down on the empty. We do this a few more times. Right arm forwards, breathe in. Turn right palm out on the empty. Reach your right arm back in space, take your time, breathe in. Now twist. Hand to your lower back. We stay for a breath in, a breath out. Right arm reaches back forwards and place it down. Left arm to the front in. Turn the palm out empty. Reach your arm back in space. Breathe in. Place the hand on your lower back and lean back. Breath in. Empty. Reach your arm back to the front, lower it down. Last round, right arm forwards, turn palm out empty. Reach and swim the right arm back in, place the right hand. Twist, breathe in, look back, empty, core on. Right arm forwards, place the hand down. Last round, left arm, breathe in, reach. Palm out, empty. Swim the left arm back, look back. Place the hand on the lower back. Breathe in for your twist. Stay for the empty. Reach your left arm forwards. Place the hand down. Now from here, take a breath in. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees back down to the mat, or 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come into child's pose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back all 4, breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms are strong, tuck your toes, core on, downward facing dog, slow motion. Lower the knees, breathe in slow, all 4. Child's pose on the empty. One more round like that, all 4. Use the fullness of the breath in. Downward facing dog on the breath out. Lower your knees, breathe in. Child's pose, sit the sit bones back. Take 3 of your own breaths here. Good. Now let's move forwards in space, or 4. Take your right arm up to the ceiling, we come into thread the needle. Reach your right arm underneath your left armpit and rest your right ear on your left hand. It almost acts like a pillow. For most of us, the left hip has a tendency to shift forward, so we are moving out of the twist. Can you rotate your left hip back in space just a tad and notice the subtle change? Eyes are closed, press the top of your right arm down a little more so you get more out of the stretch behind your right shoulder blade. One more in. With ease, empty. Press left hand down, reach your right arm back up, look up. Or 4, right hand down. Straight other side, left arm, reach it high. Thread the needle, left arm underneath your right armpit. Couple of breaths here. Reach your left arm back up, and then downward facing dog. Tuck your toes and lift your sit bones to the back. Now pedal the legs out, do what you need to do. Close your eyes, settle them to one point. Skillfully direct your energy and your attention. Pressing the palms down. Now, let's lift let's walk the hands all the way back towards your feet and then come here into a ragdoll. We haven't been in one yet, so it's nice to be in a spinal elongation, letting the head drop, catching opposite elbows, shifting the weight into the front of the feet, but keep the heels grounded. Good. If you want more out of that stretch, top of the thigh bones, press them back in space more so your legs go towards straight, but never compromise your alignment and safety, so your chest wants to be relatively close to your upper legs. Let's release the breath out, rise up to standing, sweep your arms up high, hands to your heart center, empty the breath. Let's stay here for a breath count in. Let something go. We take 3, Surya Namaskar A, half. Reach your arms up, breathe in. And then twist to the right side. Come back up, breathe in, keep the chin slightly tucked to the chest today. Twist to the left. Reach arms back up, breathe in, chin to chest. Forward fold, bend your knees as much as you need to. Top of your thigh bones back if you want more. Let's come into a half V lift, long flat back, and forward fold. Rise to standing, breathe in, round 2. Release your right hand down, lean to the right, your top arm, energize it as much as you can. Reach back up, breathe in. Left hand, lower it next to the body, lean to the left. Energize your right fingertips, you get more out of that stretch. Reach your arms high in, forward fold, release. Half V lift, stable feet, forward fold. Rise up, breathe in, round 3 now. So we twisted, we side body bended, now it's a back bend. Cactus your arms, look up, lean back, take a breath in, stay for the empty core strong. Reach your arms up, keep the chin tucked into chest, forward fold. Half V lift on the in. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat into your downward facing dog. Good. Let's lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Take a whole breath in. Come into an easy tiger knee to your nose. Shift your weight into your hands and step your foot to the front for Anjaneyasana. Back knee down. Reach your arms up high. Eyes, let them settle. Now release your right arm onto your right thigh and lean over to the left. Try energizing your left fingertips a little more. Feel into the stretch from your left hip all the way up to the left fingertips. Reach your arms back up, breathe in. Half Hanumanasana, release the hands down, shift your hips back and straighten your front leg. If it feels good in your body, you can flex your toes up to the ceiling. You don't have to, you can have your foot flat. And then from here, let's take a breath in and then fold to your own degree. Your eyes to your right big toe are closed. A gentle press of your right heel down. Good, for 2 more. Take 1 more. And then simply rise onto the fingertips. So you come into neutrality in your spine. The chin slightly tucks, core on. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling so you are in a twist. Whoops. Good, notice your left shoulder. You want to clip it back. Take 1 more breath in, like helium balloons attached to your right fingertips, up, up, up. Release your right hand to the inside of your right foot. So 2 hands are on the inside. Let's take this little pivot. Walk the hands to the left, this half quarter of a circle. Pivot the left shin bone back behind you. And then keep your right heel pressing down and your right toes facing up. Now you can stay here if you already feel the stretch in your right inner thigh, or you can come any amount back and sit your left hip to your left heel. I like to walk my hands forwards and release my head down. 4, 5. 4, 3. Slight press of your right heel down. 1. Good, let's come back up. Come onto the hands, lift your hips. Now trust yourself. We come to the back of the mat. We do the same thing on the other side. Now walk the hands to the back of the mat, tuck the right toes under, lift your left leg up into 3-point downward facing dog. Easy. Easy tiger, knee to your nose, step the foot for Anjaneyasana, lower the knee, reach your arms up high, straight away into the side stretch. Right hand, reach it to the left. Notice your breath. If it became stagnant, lower the tailbone down, notice your body. Let's reach your arms back up. Half Hanumanasana, hips back, your heart towards your toes. Could come to your own degree down. For 3, 2, 1. Come onto the fingertips, well done. Now energize midsection, lift your left arm up to the ceiling with as much grace as you can find. And with that I mean mindfulness. Take a breath in, lower the hand to the inside of the left foot. Let's take the pivot here, walk the hands to the right, this quarter of a circle. Right shin more back behind you, your left foot still flexed. And then sit back to end your mount. Maybe you reach your arms forwards and your head down. Simple breath. And treat every thought as an energy deposit. So we skillfully direct our energy. Beautiful. Let's rise back up, lift your hips, and then walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Tuck your left toes under and step back to your downward facing dog. Walk it out a bit if you need to. From here, we roll into a high plank. Yogi's choice. You can lower your knees to the ground. Eyes to the front, but your chin slightly tucked in. Now shift your weight forward into the fingertips, grip them down, and come all the way down towards the mat. Free Cobra rolls, let your legs be heavy, lift your chest up light, breathe in, split the shoulder blades together, lower yourself back down. Cobra roll, breathe in, hands become a little lighter if you can, ease yourself down. Cobra roll round free, breathe in. Downward facing dog, tuck your toes, come through high plank or forth, back into your Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Tiger curl, knee to nose, shift your weight into the hands. Three-legged down dog, breathe in, nice and slow. Tiger curl, empty. One more time, breathe in. Empty. Step the foot, Anjaneyasana, rise up to standing. Back knee can bend, hips square, eyes steady. Good. A skillful direction of your energy. Notice if your eyes are busy, if they're darting around. Can you press your right heel down more so? Energize the fingertips high, breathe in. Arrowhead, reach your arms to the back. Let's take one breath in here, squeeze the shoulder blades. Stay for the empty, energize your core. Stop, pause, shift your weight into your front foot and lift your knee up to the ceiling. Good, find your stability here by grounding your right heel down. Outer hips are hugging in, and then take a breath in. Move into B position, your left leg out, come into cactus arms. Good, hips to square to the front. Come back through center, breathe in. B position, leg out, cactus your arms. 2 are enough. Let's come back through center, breathe in, chin slightly tucks into your aeroplane pose, reach your left leg to the back, and chin, again, you want to tuck it in. So every time you lift your head high, you're spilling energy. You can think about your throat lock, chin slightly tucking as a little lid on your energy level. So that's why we cue it. Press your left heel back, top of the head forwards, one more breath. And then land back into your crescent lunge as slowly as you can. Resist the urge to place your foot down just because of that, just because of gravity, and everything happens from there. Let us be mindful. And as you touch down, reach the fingertips for a breath in. Warrior 2, as you empty, dance your little feet around if you need to, heels in alignment. Ground your heels down, hug them in underneath your mat. Fingertips alive. Notice the breath. Empty. Let's come to dancing warrior. So you can straighten the front leg if you like. Reach your right arm back, your right arm in front of you. Into your side angle, re-bend your left arm overhead, your right arm reaches in front of the body to the back. We do this again. Breathe in, you can straighten the leg, right arm back, into side angle as you empty. One more time, breathe in, reach up, lean back, empty, re-bend, reach your arm to the front. Let's stay here for a breath in, a whole breath out. Look to your front foot, release your two hands down to the ground. Come off your back heel, so you're in a runner's lunge. Take a lengthening breath in, chest forwards, pyramid pose as you empty right hip back. Let's come straight into a low lunge, breathe in. Step your right leg back into a high plank and pause. Good. Now you lower the knees to the ground if you need it. Shift forwards into the fingertips and then lower halfway down. Now either to the floor to Cobra or into an upward facing dog. Shine your heart, but keep the chin in by your chest. Downward facing dog, roll to the back. Left leg lifted high, breathe in. Tiger curl. Twice more, in and up. Forwards and out. Lift up. Forwards and out. Step your foot, crescent lunge, rise on up. You are here for 3. For 2. For 1. Good. Arrowhead, arms reach back, top of the head forwards. Notice the placement of your head. Are you spilling energy and looking up, or can you tuck the chin into the chest? Good. From there, let's come up into your dog pose. Lift your right knee, your fingertips. Take a moment here to find stable ground. And then into B position, your leg out and draw your arms down. Come back up, breathe in, chin to chest, leg out and cactus your arms. Let's rise back up, breathe in. Aeroplane pose, reach your right leg to the back. Let your breath flow and embrace the wobbles. Good, hips relatively square, one more breath in. Resist the urge to drop your right foot down. Control it as good as you can, so we enjoy the transitions, the holistic part of this practice. Rise on up, present lunge. Warrior 2 as you open your hips and your arms. Eyes over your front hand. Dancing warrior, reverse, straighten your front leg, reach your left arm back. Empty, side angle, right arm over your head. Twice more for you. Breathe in. Empty. Breathe in. Empty and stay in your side angle. Any side angle you like. You can have the left forearm on your left thigh. Okay. Take one more breath in, strong legs, so your upper body can basically do anything. Look down, release your hands to the ground, come into your low lunge, back heel off the ground, take a lengthening breath in, pyramid pose as you empty and fold. Let's re-bend, ground your palms, step left leg back, left leg can hover off the ground, or you use your knees, come to low plank. Upward facing dog or your cobra, downward facing dog as you roll back. Right leg high, breathe in. Curl to tiger. Step your foot, rise into crescent lunge. Arrowhead, empty. Stop pose, breathe in. One time only, be positioned, leg out, arms pull down. Rise back up, breathe in. Into aeroplane pose. One breath in here. Control the landing on the breath out. Crescent lunge, sweep your arms. Warrior 2. Dancing warrior, breathe in. Rebend, side angle. One more, breathe in. Side angle. One breath in here. Look down, release your left hand like we come into a twist, but we come into a side plank. Right arm high and stack your right leg on top of your left leg. Of course, you always modify this. Left knee underneath your left hip. Lift the hips a little higher, take one more in, and then come to your chaturanga, right hand down, and bend your arms. Upward facing in, and downward facing out. Left leg high on the in, tiger, empty. Step your foot to rise. Arrowhead. Stop pose, lift. Be positioned, leg out, cactus through your arms. Come to center, breathe in. Aeroplane pose, right leg back. One breath in. How slowly can you step your foot back down? Rise back up. Crescent, warrior 2. Dancing warrior, breathe in. Side angle. One more for you. Breathe in your side angle. Look to the earth. Come into almost like a twist, right hand underneath your right shoulder. Step your left leg on top of your right for your side plank. Of course, you can hover the leg or you lower the right knee down. Not here for long. Breath in. Chaturanga to lower. Upward facing to your downward facing. And then go ahead, roll forwards into your high plank and lower yourself with as much control as you can, all the way down to the ground for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6. Maybe hover there in a low plank. Notice your thoughts. Can you skillfully direct them? And then come all the way down. Well done, yogis. Good. So it's like a bit of a fast descent now towards Shavasana, but not quite yet. So take your left arm out to the side. Now turn your head over to the right, your left ear, let it rest. Use your right hand, press it, and then roll yourself over to your left hip. So your right hip stacks on top of the left. Anything you want to do with this top leg, it can be straight, it can be bent, any variation. I'm not fussed about your lower body, more about your upper body. I want you to feel a stretch in your upper chest, pecs. And then close your eyes. And simply forget about time and space. So you're simply immersed in breath, your body, the sensations. So you shut out the external noise to find stillness on the inside. Let's take 3 more. 2. 1. Good. Let's roll into the front body again. Swap sides. Your right arm goes out and then press more into the left so you can stack your hips on top of one another. Head is resting on the ground. Close your eyes. So this is our Longan practice, our sedating practice or grounding practice. In contrast to the moving flows we did before. Let's take another 3, 2, 1. Let's Come back through center, set your hands up like you do a Cobra, because you're about to do a Cobra. Press the feet down, lift your chest, and then lift your hands off the ground. Just for 3, for 2, squeeze shoulder blades, roll your outer shoulders back and down your spine for 1, breathe in, lower yourself back down, and come into a child's pose, closed knee child's pose. Head heavy, and your hips heavy. Let's walk the hands back up to your knees. Take your legs out to the side and come into a butterfly shape. So you bring your feet out in front of you, hands come onto the feet, lengthen through the spine, breathe in, close eyes, and fold. We do this 3 more times. In to rise. Exhale, fold. In, rise. Exhale, fold. And hold. Hold for 5. And notice the quality of your mind. Notice the thoughts that are floating around. And treat every thought like an energy deposit. So we skillfully direct our energy. Good, let's rise back up. Straighten your legs out in front of you for Paschimottanasana. Bend your knees a bit, reach your arms up high, breathe in, and then fold. We do this for 2 more times. Rise up, breathe in, and fold. Eyes to your toes, give them direction. Breathe in, give your breath direction down your nose. Fold. And hold for 5. A little press of the heels down again, so it's safe. Let's rise back up and come onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. We take the 3rd component, our Samana practice. So we bring everything together. A twist of your choice. I offer twisted roots. Right leg on top of the left. Arms go wide or into cactus. And then shift your hips to the right and your knees over to the left. Roll your head to the right side if it feels good, or anywhere it's comfortable. Follow your breath. And what does unskillful direction of our energy look like? It can show up in our lives as unconsciously scrolling through social media first thing in the morning or last thing we do at night. It can show up as excessive thinking, as self-doubt, worrying, or living in fear. Let's come back out of your twist. Bring your hips back to neutrality. Swap the twist, whatever you did. And take about 5 breaths here. And yogis believe the quality of our mind, it's actually luminous, it is pure, and it is peaceful. And in yoga, we wash away the debris that is covering the peacefulness of our mind. Protect our energy, and we do not run empty. Now come back through center, hug your knees, and one more last time, we move towards Shavasana for a couple of moments or minutes. Whenever you're ready, you find your way where you can relax and you are undisturbed. Shavasana. you're ready to move, find your own way up into a seat. Choosing the breath as your first component as a reminder that yoga is a breath-centered practice. Moving the body around in any way, and then rising into a seat. Closing your eyes, giving your eyes direction externally if they are open. Honor the practice by showing up with integrity in your body, by lifting your heart up high, your spine long, chin slightly in. And then simply observe the effect the practice had on you, on an energetic level, on a mental level, spiritual level, emotional level. And the change might be really subtle, but trust that the practice, it's doing its effects. We can't help ourselves, but be transformed by it. And then place the hands at your heart center. Take one more deep breath in. Cleanse it out of your mouth. And then bow to you, to one another, who share this yoga practice on the screen, to this yoga practice. Namaste. Namaste, beautiful people. I hope you enjoy this on replay. If you're watching this on replay, if you watched it live, good on you. Very dedicated. Yeah, so I guess 2 more weeks of that, and then the great reopening. Exciting, yay. So take care till then. Bye bye, everyone.